Long time no see, everyone. It's your old mate Cargon back at it again. This time with an updated Rick Owens shoe sizing guide, I guess for 2022. As always, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have so many questions coming through on the original video of this asking for sizing tips still to this day, and I appreciate it, but hopefully this one will lessen the amount of people asking because it's a lot of pressure. I don't know if I give the specific answer and then that shoe doesn't fit and then they get mad. I hope they don't get mad at me. So please, if you do ask and I do give a response and the shoe doesn't fit, I'm sorry, I did my best, all right? So since that video, a lot of Rick pairs of shoes have come and gone my way. So I figured I would make an updated sizing guide for all of you since there is seemingly so much ongoing interest in the Rick sneaker world. I don't really have any of the mainline boot kind of vibe things, so we'll have to make do with what I've got so far, as well as referencing pairs that I've had in the past that are no longer with us, but hopefully in happier places. So to begin with, I am a 26.5 foot. However, my feet are shaped pretty oddly. It's strange. Let's not go into it too much. And they are quite wide. So I usually take a 9.5 to 10 in US sizes. So about a 42.5 to a 43 in European sizes. So to kick this off, let's begin with shoes that I no longer have. I'll put some overlay of them here. So first of all, we have the Veja Hiking sneaker. Now I have had this in a 41 and a 43 and neither of them fit my foot as well as I'd like. The 43 did, but over time it became very, very uncomfortable and I found it very, very hard to deal with wearing those shoes. And looking online, I've seen many other people share similar stories of having issues with those shoes. So I would say size up on the Veja Hiking sneaker. So say if you are a 43, go a 44. If you're a 42, go for a 43. So if I was to get them again, I would go for a size 44 to have that extra little bit of room for my feet. Continuing on with the Veja vibe, we have the Veja running sneaker. Now I think this is version 1, I'm not quite sure of it, but I took the lesson that I had from the hiking sneaker and went one size up and got these in a 44. Now, to be clear though, the runner is one of those runners that has it's like stretchy. So surprisingly enough, when I got these, I realized that they're actually slip-ons. These laces don't really do anything. You just slip your foot in here and there's a lot of give in the material of these shoes to fit your foot. So I went for a 44. These give me quite a bit of toe room. So I'm thinking that if you decided to go true to size, so say I'm a 43, if you wanted to go 43, maybe there would be enough give. But for me, width-wise, I think the 44 is the good choice. But just so you know, if you're looking at the runner, they do stretch. I don't know what to call these kind of shoes because I've never had one before, but they are a bit stretchy when you slip them on. So just be aware of that. So my advice is go maybe half a size up if you can, or one full size if you're not sure. Okay, so sticking to the collabs, we have the Mastodon Pro model from 2016. Now, this is a sneaker that I absolutely love. I'm actually selling the black pair that I had because I did pick up this white pair and I think they look amazing. But I digress. This is not about me. This is about the shoes. So this is a size 10 and these fit slightly big. I would say that with the space in the generous toe cap area of the kind of superstar vibe, you could even half size down, but I would also decide to potentially stick true to size if you're not sure. You can always tighten the laces, and yeah, that's what I think about these shoes. Potentially half size down, but if you're not sure, stay true to size. Fantastic shoes though. Video soon. Also, weirdly enough, these are listed in the tag as a 44, but that is French, so I just don't know why they're listed as a 44. Actually, looking at it, I don't know if you can see clearly here. But there's the French sizing and Japanese sizing. It says French 44, but I think we're talking Italian 43 because the Japanese 28 is an Italian 43 as far as I know. Shoe sizing, I swear it is going to be the death of me. Okay, next collab, we have the Converse collab Dark Shadow Turbo Weapon. This is in a size 10. Again, on the tag, it says European 44. Is that Italian? I don't know. Is that French? I don't know. However, US 10, Japanese 28 centimeters. These shoes fit slightly large on me. I would potentially consider even going a size down if I was going to get them again. But as usual, you can just do up the laces a little bit tighter or even around the heel to give you that extra bit of support. And also, it seems that a lot of Rick people really like wearing their shoes loose anyway. So if that's the culture, then why not be a part of it? So my advice would be to half size down or full size down. However, if you're not sure, stay true to size and just be aware you may have a little bit of space. Okay, so that's my knowledge of the collabs. So moving on to Dark Shadow. So for those who don't know, Dark Shadow is like a diffusion line of Rick Owens' Mainline. Dark Shadow clothes and shoes, whilst still quite pricey, are intended to be more of an entry level to the Rick universe, not as wild cuts and shapes that you would get from Mainline, and also significantly more reasonable prices, which are still pretty expensive, however, more achievable for the regular person. So to be clear, on the last video, I get a lot of people asking what size am I in Rick Owens Dark Shadow? Dark Shadow is like the sub label, not the name of the shoe. The shoe is usually a Ramones, what people are talking about. So let's start off with that shoe, the Rick Owens Dark Shadow Ramones in the high top version. So I don't have a pair of these shoes, but I have had quite a few. And ultimately the ones that fit me best were a size 41 US 8 in those shoes. I had tried 43 and even tried 43 and a half in different pairs, and they were both huge on me with way too much space. A41 fit me best. This might not be the case for everybody, but I do suggest going one size down on these shoes. However, if you're really not sure, maybe half a size down or try and stay true to size just in case. Make sure you might have a way to return the shoes if you cannot fit into them properly. But also there is a benefit of these shoes because they are quite hyped and popular at the moment. You can definitely sell them onwards if you so wish to do so. It should not be that difficult. So yeah, in a Rick Owens Dark Shadow high top, I recommend at least half a size down, one full size down, but ultimately stay true to size and also see if there's anywhere nearby or anyone nearby that you can try on a shoe of a similar size. So that can be the best option for you in terms of deciding whether the shoe fits you or not. Okay, next up we have the Rick Owens Dark Shadow Ramones Low sneaker. Now I got these in a 42 and my goodness, I'm so glad I didn't go to 41 because it is a bit difficult for me to get my foot into this shoe. Now I think that is because it doesn't have the zip on the side, so you don't have as much space to slip into it. But otherwise the shoe is lengthwise an ideal size for me. I did get a shoe horn to help me get in and out of these shoes, and that's made a huge difference. So I would say that in a low Ramones, definitely stay true to size because you might encounter some issues if you go lower and your foot is wide. If you have a pretty narrow foot, then I think you could definitely do with going half a size down, even a full size down, but just be wary if you do have a wide foot. These can be a bit difficult to get into. Okay, next up we have the Rick Owens Dark Shadow Scuba sock sneaker. This one's actually for sale, by the way, so feel free to check my Depop or Grailed if you're interested. So this sock sneaker, I had heard that they do have a lot of give because of the material. This is kind of like a neoprene. It kind of feels like a wetsuit. It's pretty cool. I actually really rate the sneaker. This is in a 41.5, and 41.5 is quite small on me actually. Like my feet feel quite cramped, and I was wondering whether I could wear them in a bit, but it just did not feel like that was gonna be the case, and I didn't want to ruin the shoe. So with a Dark Shadow Scuba, I would definitely recommend just half size down or staying true to size, because these do not fit as oversized as the high Ramones do. So just be wary of that. That's just my experience, but yeah, that's my recommendation on these shoes. Okay, so with the Dark Shadow shoes done, let's move on to the mainline Rick Owens sneakers. These are the ones usually made from leather or other premium products, and the ones that can end up costing you a pretty penny, but you can definitely get some good deals if you stay vigilant on the marketplaces and seeing what comes up. So first of all, we have the Rick Owens Laceless Ramones boot. I think that's what it's called, or just Ramones sneaker boot. I'm not sure what the official term is, but these are a size 42. Now, it doesn't feel like these were worn too much because they are quite tight for me to get on. Blessed be thy shoehorn for helping me with this from now on. I would say if you're looking at one of these, try and stay true to size or half size down. If you do go the full size down, they will be a little bit tight. I'm not sure about the smooth leather ones. Maybe they have a bit more give, but this 42 fits me kind of perfectly. I would definitely not go any lower than this size. That being said, I did pick up an archive pair of size 42 Laceless Ramones boots that had been worn quite a bit in size 42, and they are well worn in, so my foot slides around in there and it does feel a lot larger. I'm not sure whether that means it is because they were worn in, but it's just to be wary. Like sometimes they might be slightly tight, sometimes they might be a bit looser. I'm just not quite sure, but my advice is to just go one size down max. Don't go any further, maybe just half a size to be safe on these shoes if you can find them. They're so sick though. I hope you can find a pair. Also, yeah, check Depop. I've got a pair of black ones if you're interested. Now, moving on, we have the Rick Owens Geobasket. This is a short tongue Geobasket. This is a size 42, and for me, fits slightly large. If I was going one that was going to be a bit more true to my size, perhaps a 41 or a 41.5 would be the ideal go. 42 fits okay. I used to wear them laced a bit tighter and got called out a few times, so I was like, fine, I'll keep them a bit looser then. And so my foot slides around a tiny bit, but they still fit nicely. It's not an uncomfortable oversize, that's for sure. So in a Rick Owens Geobasket, at least one size down, but as usual, definitely see if you can try a pair on just to be safe. My goodness, I have too many shoes. Now, finally, we have the Rick Owens Mainline Ramones sock sneaker. Now, this is a leather sneaker, and I have had my eye on these for a while. There is a video on the shoe coming because it is one of my grails, but very, very, very important. This is a 41 and still fits a little bit large for me. I had spoken to some people from the Rick Owens Discord group, and they had said that these do fit quite large. I was looking at a 43 and the person was like, I really wouldn't do that, mate. And I'm glad they did. I eventually found a shop here in Melbourne that had a couple of pairs of these that I was able to try on, thankfully. I tried on the 42, and whilst it fit, it was quite big. The leather has a lot of give and stretch to it, and the inside is quite roomy. And so then they also had the 41, which I tried, and it did fit a lot more snug. So I put them on lay-by and eventually did pick these up. And after wearing them a couple of times, they still feel slightly roomy to me. I'm not going to really go back because they were the only sizes they had, and I'm pretty stoked with this as it is. But just to be wary, if you are going for the mainline leather sock sneaker, you're looking at almost 2 sizes down and it's still being too big. So definitely try the pair on if you can, but my recommendation would be to go at least 1.5 sizes down on this. And if they're secondhand and worn in, they may be even looser. So just be wary. I mean, that's my experience from trying these on. But yeah, just to be aware, these do fit a lot larger than you'd think. So keep that in mind. Okay, so with that, that is the updated Rick Owens shoe sizing guide video. Unfortunately, I have no experience with things like the Bozo boots or combat boots. I'm sorry, it may seem like I have a lot of money, but a lot of these have been found at very, very reasonable prices. And I've also been, selling and trading towards them as well. Perhaps in future, we shall see some different shoes on here so I can help you out. Any questions, feel free to ask them below. I'll do my best to answer. And yeah, I hope this is helpful for all of you. But in the end, we got here. And if you watched all of it, you're amazing and fantastic. You should comment coriander below if you actually watched the whole video. So as always, thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves. Have fun. If you'd like to see any more content, feel free to make any suggestions. I'll see you next time. Be safe. And as always, don't do anything I'd do, except try on a pair of Rick Owens shoes that you're looking for. I understand not everyone lives in a place that is accessible, but it will definitely clear your conscience. Until next time.